People think playing it safe is, safe, but in our reality, playing it safe in life is one of the most dangerous things that you can do because you never truly get to see what you're capable of. And if that alone doesn't scare you, then I'm not sure what will. You have to ask yourself when you're playing it safe, what am I scared of? What am I risking by going after it? What am I playing it safe with? Is it embarrassment or criticism? Do you think you'll just lose all of your money when you go follow your dreams? Like, truly ask yourself, what am I afraid of and why am I playing it safe? What is there to lose, per se? Like, you have to ask yourself this. When it comes to criticism, I spoke about this one in another video. That's that's the barrier that a lot of people are afraid of, the criticism from family, friends, co-workers, people that they don't even talk to on a regular basis, maybe people they don't even know on social media. When you get to a certain point and start to dive into that, you see how silly that really is, because is criticism going to kill you? Are you terrified of the embarrassment? Is that going to kill you? Is your family in danger because you're being criticized? Like, you have to really think about it. It's not life or death. It's your mind telling you to protect yourself. This goes back to, caveman days. It was survival of the fittest, and you survive by contributing to the group and by being accepted by the group. So now we fast forward into the century we're living in, and we're afraid of criticism because we're afraid of not being accepted by the group. But nowadays, this is not life or death. It's the way our brain is triggered. But in our reality, you have to snap out of that. And it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. It takes practice. It takes visualization. It takes a lot of conversations with yourself. But when it comes down to it, the things that you think you're playing it safe with, or the things that you think you're scared of, it's not really a big deal. After you ask yourself what you're protecting yourself from, you have to ask yourself, okay, now what am I giving up by playing it safe? Is it your dream business, your ideal life when it comes to vacationing, maybe a relationship that you really wanted to pursue? There's abundance everywhere in the world. You may see a lot of famous athletes and celebrities living that abundant life and think, wow, like that must be nice, you know? But you never think about putting yourself in their shoes. I'm not saying going to try out for the Lakers or something, but I'm saying all this abundance in life is for all of us. And I'm not just saying monetarily. The relationships, the vacationing, well, that is monetary, but the relationships and just the peacefulness and the beauty that's out in the world, like, that's all up for grabs. That is for all of us. And sadly, there's only a small portion of people who choose to go after that and live that life. And that doesn't have to mean a luxury life, a luxurious life. Some people just want a slow paced, peaceful life. But even with that being said, they're scared to go after that. It's like they don't realize that we are the architect of our lives. It's like they let the societal norms get to them, and the societal pressures, and just how everybody else carries themselves. They let that dictate how they run their own life. It doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. I try to have conversations with people about it, and you find yourself coming up with excuses on why you're playing it safe, why you're not really going after it. Now, me personally, I know the life that I'm going to live, and the reason that is because I decided to live that life. Like, I wish I had a more thorough explanation for you, but I made a decision to live that life, and that's what I'm going to do. That is going to be my life journey. So, of course, I'm 29 right now, and of course, the 40-year-old Alan will think differently than the 29-year-old Alan. But right now, I have a life in mind that I want myself and my family to live, and that's what I'm going after, and that's the life I'm going to live. And it just took a simple decision. Now, I couldn't pinpoint the exact moment where I made that decision, but I always go back to the summer. I think it was summer going into my third or fourth year at university. And I was working at Pepsi over the summer, which I love that that summer job, to be honest. It was just a summer, college job, a lot of hard work, labor, just in the outside sun, but you got to travel throughout the city. Anyway, I digress. So during that job, I had a lot of time to think because it was just, I didn't have to use my brain much. It was literally just labor. So that summer is when I started meditating. So when I combo that with the Pepsi job, I had a lot of free time on my hands, and I wouldn't meditate while I was working, but I would put my phone down. I would just think. I would think about the dream life that I want. I would think about my current situation, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. And something in me just said, it's time to go for it. And I started thinking different. I started questioning everything. I started asking myself, why can't I live this life? Why can't I have this thing? Why can't I do this thing? And once I made that decision, there was no going back. Once you make that decision, that can be looked at as the hard or the easy part. For me, I would say that was the hard part. It took a minute to make that decision because it wasn't me just talking. It was real life action. Like, this is what I'm going to accomplish. This is the life I'm going to live. And I didn't even think about how. I just knew that is what was going to happen. Now, once I made that decision, and of course I still had a few more years of school left, I had a journey that I was on. This was like a huge side quest. If you ever played a video game that had a main storyline, but then you could do other things on the side, that's how I looked at it. And I dove right in. And of course, my life became more hectic or chaotic. It led to more stressful times. I mean, since I was in the middle of my spiritual journey, it was very hard to stress me out. But once I started adding in a lot of different factors when it came to building my business and building that life, I mean, yeah, there were a lot of hiccups in the road, side adventures, side quests. I mean, looking back at it, I'm so happy I went through all that. And I would do it again 100 times out of 100. Like, there's no question. It made things more stressful, but it also made things more fun, more interesting. I have stories to tell now when it comes to building that business. And of course, in the moment, I might have hated it so much and wanted to, quit and just go back to my normal journey. But just looking back, I am very grateful for that journey. So now you have to ask yourself, what is the alternative? Meaning, if I don't play it safe, I can go after what I truly want and I can live that dream life. And if I do play it safe, then what? I don't see much to it, to be honest. I see someone being on autopilot, not having many side quests. I'm not going to say their life is boring per se, because maybe it isn't boring, but they're holding back something that is just looking to break out. That person at 90 years old, say they're just in their rocking chair on the porch thinking about their youth and what they could have done with their youthful body, their youthful energy, their youthful mind. You could talk to any old person that is still fortunate enough to be walking around on this earth, and they would all probably give anything up to get their youth back when they were powerful. They felt powerful, like they could take over. And you talk to younger people now, younger adults, and unfortunately they're taking that for granted and they won't realize it until decades go by and they're like, man, I wish I would have took that risk. I wish I would have stopped playing it safe and just went after it. So once again, the biggest risk in life is not failing. The biggest risk in life is playing it safe and not truly figuring out what you can become. If you like this video, got any value from it, I would really appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you with the next one.